Hey, it's Drew Neiser with another Tuesday tip. We just had a fascinating discussion, deep dive into how various CMOs are using AI now, what the expectations of the organization are. And it's fascinating, the development stages. So first up, Lorie Coulombe. Lorie, how are you thinking about and helping your organization deal with all the things that AI can and maybe will do very soon?
Well, first it started during my planning process for 2026 and raising it as one of the big bets for this year. So starting with that and then going across my organization and leadership team and including them in the discussion. So we're staying on top of the changes in AI every day as a team.
Yeah, because clearly this is not just a marketing problem. This is an organizational opportunity. So Grant Johnson, with your clients, how are you approaching and advising them on AI?
My best advice, Drew, for the teams is try to get everybody to experiment, track the experiments. I love the idea of doing workshops. I've facilitated that where you bring a team together to solve a major gap, executional gap, opportunity gap, competitive gap. And that way they collaborate together. They continue to form these bonds to problem solve and innovate together. And these tools are changing so fast. So that's why it's good to track what worked, what didn't, what you'd like to try next time.
I wonder if you think that there's any kind of change in terms of the type of people that you're going to have in your org right now, because it feels like, yeah, we can experiment, but there are people, and you've had them in their team, who are very competent at doing one or two things, and you need them to do it. And I just wonder, they may not be inclined to experiment.
There are a lot of people that are still resistant. It's sort of the adoption curve of learning in general. You'll have 20 people always on the sidelines and 20 people out ahead. If you can try to move that other 60% a little bit, each week, month, you can make faster progress.
I love it. Okay, well, Thalia Diedrick, give us a tip on how you're approaching this or advise others to do so.
Yeah, for me, I think what's really important is creating a culture of curiosity, transparency, and honesty around AI. One of the things that I really am proud of my team for is that they're aggressive, they'll try all sorts of different things, and they're not scared to innovate or be transformative, but they're also really realistic and they know when to temper expectations and when to be honest of where a tool is and where they want it to be. I think that that's what makes it so we get real tangible and valuable use out of our AI tools, because we're not living in this is a magic solve for everything, but we're also not being resistant at all. And we're in a phase of perpetual learning, to Grant's point about how quickly everything's changing.
Well, and you happened to share with us a tool that you all built. I wonder if you're comfortable, just talk a little bit about that. I think it was amazing. And if you don't want to talk about that because it's proprietary, give an example of something that you guys are doing that has worked.
Yeah, of course. I started using Lovable earlier last year, and I got really, really interested in the concept of vibe coding, specifically for web development. I've been sharing it with my team, getting them to poke around in there. They've been creating landing pages. But what's really awesome is that our director of advocacy and community, someone who came from sports, true event, community marketing, not necessarily really ever living in the CRM. She vibe coded a complete brand hub that included all of our personas, all of our messaging frameworks, has a brand agent, has a brand auditor, and is honestly something that could have taken an agency, like a web development agency, over a year to build. It's really something special. And it's funny to think that her, who was a little embarrassed about her ChatGPT usage even a year ago, saying that she didn't want people to think she was using AI, is now, able to show off her vibe coded portal, is really cool.
I love it. All right. Well, if you're a B2B CMO, can share, care, and dare with the best, and do yourself a favor, check out CMOHuddles.com. You might even get yourself a stress penguin like this, but you'll certainly get some insights and ideas on how to deal with this amazing transformative time that we're in right now. I'm Drew Neiser. That's your Tuesday tip. Peace out.